Tom here from Icon UK. Many of you who follow our social media will know that I'm currently in the process of building an office / drum studio at home, and as part of that the building's been built with sound insulation in mind, but as part of that as well, I've been experimenting a lot with different ways to dampen drums while still maintaining a real feel and also a reasonable sound as well. The ideal goal, I'd say, would be to be able to play a real drum kit in that space and not be, you know, bothering neighbours and things like that. But obviously there are measures that can be taken to kind of mitigate that without having too much of a detrimental effect on how it feels to play for students and for myself. So in this video I thought it would be interesting to try and see what the effect of two measures that I've kind of researched and come across. The first of which is to put cotton wool pads, there they are, cotton wool pads or balls in the bottom of the resonant head. So I've got an 8-inch pearl tom here from the export series. It's got an Evans G2 on the top and then like a cheap Chinese stock head on the bottom. The original head that came on the top, I've now cut a porthole in for the purposes of firstly allowing the airflow to go out of the drum to reduce the sustain and therefore the overall volume, but also handily giving us a way to get the cotton buds or pads inside as well. So there's a couple of different measures there. So let's strike the drum, see what it sounds like now, and then we'll cut back when I've replaced the head. So here's the drum now. So as an 8-inch tom, it doesn't have that much sustain anyway. So of course I'm going to have to try this on some of the other drums as well, particularly the floor tom. But that's where we are at the moment, and we'll see where we are when we come back. Okay, so welcome back. I've now replaced the bottom head with the ported version, and let's be real about it, it sounds absolutely dreadful. It's literally all attack and nothing else. Not a satisfying sound at all. If you put the cotton wool pads in, makes very little difference anyway. There's nobody going to enjoy playing a drum kit that sounds like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bottom head back off again and put the complete one back on, and then just put a little bit of the cotton wool inside to see if that's any better, a little bit more subtle hopefully. Okay, so this is part 3. I've now replaced the ported resonant head with the original resonant head, the complete one, and we've got also some cotton wool pads inside. Let's give it a slap, see what it sounds like. That comes across on the video, but it's definitely a lot better than the version with the porthole. With the porthole, I think the hole is just too big for the size of the drum, and the air just escapes immediately, and you just end up with this horrible slapping sound. I would say on this size of drum, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, there's not an awful lot of sustain anyway, so the moment you introduce that size of port, then you really lose any sustain whatsoever. So I think it sounds a whole lot better with the cotton pads inside. Whether it's necessary, I don't know. I think maybe just a little bit of moon gel on the top and a little bit on the bottom would probably give more control. So yeah, as far as this goes, definitely not on smaller drums. I can't see a way of making that, you know, a pleasurable experience to play. Maybe on a floor tom might be more effective, where the head is bigger and the port is proportionally smaller. That might work a little better for that. But yes, so far as smaller drums go, I think, you know, probably moon gel all the way, top and bottom. Thanks for watching.